It is 10:40. It is the 4th. I hope you guys can see me. I have worked my 3 days and I am back, and this is day 4. Now, I know the goal was to be consistent, like post every single day, but I worked 3 days out of the week. That's Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And I did say I'm on this path in my life where I'm trying to live in the moment as much as possible. So when I'm going to work, I'm dedicated to work. I'm focusing on work. When I have my off days, which is pretty much Wednesday to Sunday afternoon, or Sunday morning, when I'm off, I'll focus on recording my videos daily, trying to give you guys those daily videos. And I'm not going to stray away from the fact that this is not day 4, but to you guys this is day 4, you know what I mean? So every day that I post on the channel, that's going to be another day added. It'll be that day of posting, not the days of my life type shit. I feel like I didn't really need to explain that, but a lot of people don't understand. Oh my god, you're not posting every day, so this is technically not day 4. We always have the trolls in the comment sections. Also, I have been reading the comments, and I really wanted to take this time. Excuse me. So I've been looking at the comments, and I really wanted to take this time to respond to some of these comments. Like I said, I really hope you guys can see me, because if I record this video and then actually let me just go ahead and check to see if you guys can see me. So this is what just happened. I went to go reset the video, and then after I reset the video, my phone died. Now I did get a 12-minute clip, but my phone died, and then I went back and watched the clip, and you couldn't even see me. So yeah, we can go ahead and get started now. Make sure my phone is up. Alright, so this is day 4, like I said, if I didn't already say it. And we are back with another video. Now obviously I'm gonna keep saying like I said, because I just recorded a 15-minute video and then my phone died on me. But we're gonna start over, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it going, we're not gonna let nothing hold us back. We're gonna talk for another 12 minutes if that means that's what we gotta do. But yeah, no, it's day 4. I just worked the last 3 days, so obviously I haven't been posting anything, but every time you guys see a video, it's gonna be whatever day that is for you guys. So today I'm not gonna really talk about anything that I have going on, because it's not much to talk about. I mean, I went to work, I got some good news at work, so that's cool, and we might be looking at some early promotions. But other than that, life is moving, and everything is still in motion. We stay in motion. But I really just wanted to hop on the channel and give appreciation to you guys on day 4, because as of right now, I posted 5 days ago, and we are already up 40 subscribers, and we are getting a lot of positive feedback. Now, there is some questionable feedback in the comment section, but it's not everybody. Some people were saying some wild, not some people, but just one person that said something crazy, and another person was just giving some constructive criticism. And they wrote 4 paragraphs on 2-3 different videos, which I thought was insane. But everybody's not me. I know the type of person I am. I'm just not gonna I'm not writing paragraphs on anybody's page that I don't know about, because I don't know enough about you to write a paragraph about you. But somebody commented on a video about I think it was when I talked about spiritual attacks and people draining your energy and being energy vampires, and I felt like they probably felt offended by that. But I don't want to say this, but it's well, why were you so offended? You know what I mean? No, let me stop. But they did give you give some constructive criticism. Now I also have just like everybody else, I have my own opinion, and we're gonna go ahead and tap in with some of these comments. Once again, I do appreciate all the people that's been showing love and showing support, just putting prayers over me, telling me and relating, because I want this page to be a page where you could come and feel safe. I want this to be a safe place, because usually when we get on the phone, it's full of chaos. Everything that's going on in the world right now is super chaotic, and this would be a great place to let people come together and just have some type of peace and positivity. And it's also organic. I'm literally sitting at my desk talking to you guys. It doesn't get any more organic than that. I could be outside in nature. I could be doing a lot of things, but I'm really just here to speak, like to just vent and talk about my life and some of the things that I have going on, and I want people to also feel comfortable to do the same thing. So that's why I'm here. And it's not like there isn't other people on the planet Earth doing the same thing, but I'm rich. I'm one of a kind. Welcome to Capital. So let's go ahead and knock out some of these comments. So on the first video I made, and I said people see things in you that you can't see in yourself, and I was talking about like spiritual warfare and energy vampires, and a person commented and said, you sound very traumatized. Now that's where they lost me, because I don't like the term you. And something that I learned recently on my journey for emotional healing, because I've been trying to do a lot of emotional healing, because I do understand I have trauma. We all have trauma. Pain and suffering is inevitable. We all go through it. And it was something that is this therapist, psychiatrist guy, Dr. Gabriel Mate. He has a book. I'm supposed to be buying the book, and he said vulnerability is our capacity to being wounded. And what he was trying to say is like we're nobody in the world, not nobody, but a good amount of people in the world are not vulnerable enough to take that criticism. They're not vulnerable enough to see what they did and reflect and actually work on their problems. You know, so everybody has an ego issue, and we all have an ego. Don't get me wrong. If somebody say something to you, somebody say something to you, you feel targeted. Like before, if this person would have said this, I probably would have commented back like, "Yo, shut up! Like, what are you talking about? Well, you're sitting here writing a paragraph or what? I don't care." But at the end of the day, this is another human being that's just, they probably felt targeted, or they felt some type of way. Now, when he said you sound very traumatized, nothing and nobody is doing it to you but yourself. That's not true. There are people out here in the world, and I feel like they took this comment, not this comment, they took that short the wrong way. Two, this person wrote a paragraph about a 10-second short. You don't know anything about me. So to write that much about what you think about me is kind of crazy. You know, I'm not saying you're crazy, but that's like kind of crazy, because I wouldn't do something like that, because I don't know anybody enough to speak on anybody's life. But they said, you sound very traumatized. Nothing and nobody is doing it to you but yourself. You are betraying yourself by thinking that other people are draining your energy. What you say and think about yourself in the outside world will be your reality. You have accepted the fact that people want to drain your energy. I'm pretty sure you have impressed your subconscious with this ideology that people are energy vampires, so that so to you that's all people. That's not what I said. You know what I mean? But like I said, there was a misunderstanding, and I would go through and read all of this, but this is pretty much this person telling me how I'm traumatized and that I'm creating my own reality by telling myself all of this stuff, and how I'm allowing permission to allow myself to be drained by outside forces because I'm not spiritually aware of enough yet. And it's not even that. No, I'm very much aware of what's draining and what's not draining, but you got to understand, at the end of the day, we are human beings and we're physical people. Nobody is God and nobody is a full spirit. Well, our bodies are our vessels and our spirits run through our bodies, but spirits jump in and out of bodies every single day. So today I could be this kind-hearted person, and somebody could come and irritate me or put some bad energy on me, or a bad energy mix, and now I'm an angry person, and now my spirit of a fighter wants to jump up. Now I want to go box somebody. But that's just because that spirit had jumped into my body at that time and made me come out of character. I don't have to be like that. Now, you are right. I can choose to let people get to me and take me out of character. But I can't choose when somebody is gonna drain me. You don't know that. You don't know if somebody could come to you as an angel and be the most beautiful person in the world, and in their physical realm telling you to have all these good intentions, but the whole time their plan is to drain you. You just never know. But my comment back was, yes, I understand your perspective on this topic, and I apologize for oh no, excuse me. That's what they said to me after I responded. So I said it's okay to have your own opinion, but at the same time, I never said it was everyone. I said me giving a response to you alone is me giving up my time and my energy. Is it draining? No, because it's us reasoning. But imagine if you were typing all of that just to get under my skin. Now you're taking away from my energy that I could be putting into something else. Do you get it now? Now, mind you, in the midst of in the same comment section of him saying that, somebody came and they commented, you're the type of person to suck snot down your throat. I could have responded and gave that person my energy. You know what I mean? Like, I could have said something back. I could have been vulgar. I could have got out of pocket. Why am I going to do that? I know the internet is full of trolls. People don't take anything serious. But I'm not going to argue with anybody that's fighting with their own spirit as is. But if you want to reason, let's reason. We're humans. We should be able to speak to each other without quarrel. We should be able to speak to each other. And if not, if we can't get past that, we're not going to speak at all. Because there's no point in you taking my energy and me giving, like, and if you feel like I'm taking your energy, there's no point in us discussing anything if that's what it is. So I'm not going to argue with somebody who's probably not going to respond, because the second I respond and, like, comment, you think that person's going to come back and respond and have something else to say? Probably not. I don't even know what possessed that person to type that in the first place. Couldn't tell you. But that's not up to me to figure out. I'm just not going to sit here and waste my time with you. That's what I'm not going to do. But, yeah, you know, this person, they commented a good amount on, like, other stuff. And right now I'm just going to go through and read these comments. And once again, I appreciate everybody that's been commenting and showing love, you know. And all the people that's been subscribing. We got 40 subscribers in 5 days. And it's nice to see the support, because when I made this channel, if you go back and watch my first video, I literally said I wasn't going to share this. Like, I wasn't going to post my channel. I wasn't going to share it to the world. I was just going to post these videos, and I was praying to God that he was going to put the right people in the right place. You know what I mean? Like, we were all going to connect with each other organically and actually find each other the right way, rather than me having to push it out there, because at that point I'm forcing it. I don't want this to be a force. I really don't even want nobody to find the channel, but I know the way the universe works, somebody is going to see my videos and somebody is going to relate to what I'm saying, and it's going to make them feel 10 times better about themselves, because trust me, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. We're in this together. I ain't gonna lie. We all feel the same way. We probably all going through the same things. Not the same thing 100%, but we're definitely all, like, you know, we're fighting every single day. Every day is a battle. It's spiritual warfare going on. Everything that you see in the physical, you can't see in the spiritual realm. There's just a lot going on. We're fighting every single day. But I forgot what video this was. Spiritual attacks are real. This person once again said, be open and embrace with being uncomfortable. Be open and embrace situations that trigger you to fight, or trigger you into fight or flight, and send your nervous system into panic mode. These situations, those people that evoke, quote unquote, the negativity in our body, make our egos start to react, are the best things that can happen to us, and they are good. That's a fact. They are teachers. Everything in this consciousness is a spiritual teaching. Everything in life is good. Negative and positive are both equally as important. And I understand that there's balance in life. Like I said, this person didn't say anything wrong, but because of that one video, I feel like it triggered them to just go and write a bunch of stuff. And I felt like I don't understand how you would, like, even think that you were going to be able to understand what I was trying to say through a 10-second video. But, you know, nobody's right. Like, there is, I take constructive criticism, and I take the advice that people try to tell me, but I mean, nobody knows anything. First of all, nobody's God. So I feel like people get into their head when they feel like they know exactly what they're talking about. And not to say nobody knows what they're talking about, but we are all living, and it's everybody, like I heard somebody say, this is everybody's first time on earth. It's everybody's first time being alive. What do you really know for real? Whatever your spirit is telling you, that's all you know. And if your spirit is telling you to do the right thing and you're doing right, then hey, you already on the right path. And all your blessings are gonna come to you. All those opportunities, everything that you want in life is gonna fall into your lap. You're gonna go through hardships while you're trying to get there, but it's going to fall into your lap. Your life is gonna fall into place the way it's supposed to fall into place. The universe is gonna work in your favor always. When God is talking to you, listen to him, and your life will fall into place. But yeah, you know, this person wrote a lot. Somebody else said some people are not spiritual, at all. My black family lost, bro. Now, Kevin, Kelvin, I'm sorry that your family is lost, but that don't got nothing to do with color, my boy. Like, it's really just the environment, and it's about your upbringing. It don't really have anything. I don't see color. Like, I don't see race. It's not. We're all human. You know what I mean? Because of what's going on physically in the physical realm is why we deal with color and race and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, we are all human. And whether we like it or not, despite who get on your nerves and who bother you, so once you understand that people don't do the things that they're doing, it's the spirits that jump in and out their body, is when you'll start to understand that things are really different. You just got to shut that spirit down. That spirit in somebody else's body is not gonna stop bothering to you until you either shut it down or you dismiss yourself. You release yourself from it. It's that simple. You know what I mean? Like, somebody could be bothering you and they could be nagging you and irritating you and they really just want a response out of you. But once you start giving them a response, you notice it kills them because they no longer have anything to latch on to. So now their energy is just drained. Now they're drained every second of the day. And then at that point, depending on what's over them, they may feel like you're a parasite or you drained them or you did this and that. But the whole time, they just no longer have an energy source. And that's why they feel the way they feel. So, you got to be mindful of that. These guys were going back and forth more like I wish I understood what we were taught by elders and what Jesus was really trying to teach us. True spiritual enlightenment isn't about knowing things, ideology, articulation, and topics, stories, riddles, whatever concept you want to associate spiritually. Enlightenment so truly is finding peace within yourself. But this is what I'm saying. Like, that's a conversation for another day. Because, I grew up in a religious household, and, I'm not as religious as I used to. I'm not religious. Like, I'm not going to even put myself to say that I follow a tradition because I used to. But I felt like that made me more confused than anything. You know what I mean? But once I started following how I felt, like, what my spirit been telling me, things work out for me. But whenever I'm trying to follow religion or put on this facade, I never felt normal. Like, I felt like I was always just used to going to judge people straight. You know what I'm saying? But now I don't feel like that. Like, what I started to notice about life, God knows my intentions. God knows my pure intentions. So the universe always works in my favor. I don't really have to worry about stuff because I know God got me all the time. And God is always going to put me in positions to where he's going, not, I don't keep saying, but God is always going to put me into positions where God is going to test me. And make sure I, know, I got to keep my faith. I walk by faith, not by sight. And that's true. Like, you walk by faith, you'll see how God works in mysterious ways. And I had, I talked about it in one of my other videos. I had, got into a little fender bender where I, drove my car into a curb. Like, my car slid in the snow and hit a curb, and I cracked my wheel and, stuff like that. And, at first, I got upset. At first, I was angry. At first, I'm crying. I just worked so hard for this car. I bought this car. I got a BMW. I bought the car cash. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm sitting here and I'm just like, my car. And, what's the reason? But, after I calmed down and I came back to realization, that's my spirit kicked back in. And my soul kicked back in. And I'm like, I started praying and I'm like, God, I don't know what you're doing this for, but I know you got a good reason for why you're doing it. And, you're going to get me through this. I know I'm going to get through this. I'm going to work just as hard. I'm going to meet you halfway. You know what I'm saying? And literally everything worked itself out that same day. I woke up from a nap and God was working, so I know God works in real time. I didn't see it happen. Even when I bought my car, I prayed on the 27th, and then the 28th, I got a call from my supervisor to go out of town for work, and I literally prayed. I was like, yo, God, I need 10 grand. I just moved back to Connecticut. My life is not on the edge, but I would like to get away from this toxic job. I want to get a new job. I want to move on in my life. I want to elevate. And I put in the work the same way I prayed. You can't pray for something and not put in work. You're not going to get it. You got to meet God halfway. And, I prayed and I was ready to put in the work, and that was a test. That next day I got a phone call to go out of town, and that was my test right there. That was God testing me. You ready to put in this work? Are you really ready to put in this work? I'm going to put obstacles in front of you, but you got to put in this work. And when I went out there to New York to go work, it was supposed to be for a week. I ended up staying out there for almost a whole month. I made $10,000 that month. That was the only month I've ever made $10,000 at my job in a month. I made $10,000 that month, and I put all that money up, and I went and bought my car cash. The very next month, on the 28th, or around that time, something like that. So like, I watched God work in real time. Imagine you pray for something, the next month pop up, and within that same month, you make $10,000 and you buy your car. So I'm telling you, the universe works. God works. Like, the universe will work in your favor every time. The law of attraction is real. You just gotta lock in. That's it. I've seen this stuff happen in real time. But just know while you're doing that, you're gonna go through obstacles because you're always gonna be tested and tempted. The devil was everywhere. Spirits jumping in and out of the bodies to catch up to you. It's gonna take like 12 demons to get to you if you got a good spirit. If you really got the light in you, the demons will see it. These bad spirits will see that. And it will latch on to people and they will try to attack you. And you can't fall. You cannot fall. Just stick to yourself. The best way to avoid them is to just stick to yourself. It's going to pop up, but as long as you got faith, you're going to be good every time. But the second you break your faith and take your faith away from God and try to fight your physical battle, fight a spiritual battle physically, is when you're going to lose. You got to fight out the storm, you know? And I'm told this all the time, and sometimes I catch myself getting frustrated, and I'm working on it. You know, we all working on it. But really, you got to fight out the storm. But I don't want to go like into too much detail on these comments because, you know, a lot of the comments are positive. It's really just stay blessed, rooting for you, you know, agreeing with a lot of the things I was saying. You know, somebody said honor God and everything. Honor God and everything. He will direct your path. That's a fact. Stay hard, fam. Big respect. Somebody told me not to give up on the videos. Somebody asked, how do you walk by faith? Somebody explained it very well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of things that we don't understand because we're not open to it right now. But once you wake up and you see certain things, you can't unsee it. And that's the beautiful thing about life. And I'm glad that I'm not the woke guy, but I'm glad that I understand the universe a little bit more and understand how life works a little bit more, because despite what anybody tells me or what they believe in, I'm going to believe in what I believe in, because that's what gets me through life. And I'm going to keep doing that because I notice that it works for me. So whatever works for me may not work for the next person, and that's okay. But for anybody that's here and, you know, you got something positive to say, I appreciate you, and, you know, you're going to keep winning. God is going to keep blessing you, and everything that you want in life is going to come to you, like I always say. So, you know, don't even worry yourself. The days that you do feel down, just get back up and keep going. Don't give up, because that's just a test. It's either going to be a test or temptation. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be everywhere. That's the balance of life, the good and the evil. You know what I'm saying? That's the balance. You want to push more towards the good so you can reap the benefits. So, once again, I appreciate you guys, and stay tuned to the next video. Keep tapping in. This is Day4. It's your boy Rich, and I'm out.